a smoke bomb and shots fired. A Tuesday morning commute turned war zone on the N train.
I just hit. I moved myself out the way.
And tonight, the manhunt intensifies as police name their person of interest, uncovering clues in a U-Haul and on social media.
And there were some postings possibly connected to our person of interest.
Now, new concerns about subway security and what the cameras didn't catch. Our live team coverage starts right now. Good evening. I'm Cindy Shu in for Christine Johnson.
And I'm Maurice Dubois, live tonight in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Here we are almost 15 hours after the nightmare unfolded underground at the subway station right here behind us. The scene, the subway station, is still blocked off. And as we're learning more information tonight about the person of interest in the case, we're also learning about the acts of heroism, about New Yorkers who were going about their daily lives, a regular day, a regular morning, when the absolutely unimaginable unfolded and burst right before their eyes. Here's a look at where it all began this morning. Just before 8:30, the N train was approaching the 36th Street and 4th Avenue station when the chaos unfolded. And there's a second crime scene that police were focusing on tonight. The U-Haul truck investigators traced back to the person of interest was discovered in Gravesend, Brooklyn. That person of interest identified as Frank James, 62-year-old, who has residences in Wisconsin and in Philadelphia. Police say 10 people were shot this morning, but at least 23 were hurt in the chaos. And it could have been even worse. Sources, police telling us the shooter's gun jammed with bullets still inside. We have a team of reporters covering every angle of today's mass shooting in the subway. We'll have more on the victims and the stories of heroism in just a moment. We begin here with new information from investigators tonight. CBS 2's Dick Brennan joins me here live at the scene with the very latest. Dick.
Well, Maurice, right behind us, the police are just still clearing stuff out of here some 14, 15 hours later. Hey, you know, we've talked about this, the idea of crime on the subway, people worried about going underground. But people here in Brooklyn this morning could never have imagined this. Smoke bombs, gunfire, terror underground, and now there's a person of interest. Police swarmed over a U-Haul van believed to be driven by the gunman, and now they have a person of interest, 62-year-old Frank James from Philadelphia, who rented the van.
We are endeavoring to locate him to determine his connection to the subway shooting, if any.
And police say James is connected to some social media posts that concern the NYPD.
He mentions homelessness, he mentions New York, and he does mention Mayor Adams. And as a result of that, in an abundance of caution, we're going to tighten the mayor's security detail.
It was sheer terror for riders who ran for their lives through the smoke and away from gunfire. A madman in a gas mask unleashed smoke bombs and unloaded 33 shots.
And coming up the stairs, I saw maybe a 16-year-old that was shot in the knee. You can clearly see the bullet.
There was people screaming for medical assistance. It was just a scary moment.
Police say the gunman got on the train at the Kings Highway station, and when it was stopped in the tunnel between the 59th and 36th Street stations, he started shooting. Yav Montano was inside the car.
I just hit. I moved myself out the way. There was a lot of blood trailing on the floor. And then, thank goodness, the train moved within a minute. Or I don't know what had happened if he was stuck there for longer.
Video from the train shows one rider trying to escape the car with the gunman, but the door between the cars was locked.
Some people were covered in blood on their hands. They had their masks still in their hands and scrapes on their faces. And then I noticed more and more police presence and ambulances.
Looking for male black, carrying a school bag.
Police say the gunman left behind a bag with a hatchet, 2 gas canisters, and a single automatic handgun that apparently jammed, perhaps saving lives. The attack raises new questions about subway safety, and Mayor Adams doesn't rule out introducing new safeguards, including metal detectors.
We have identified some of that technology, and we're going to make sure we do everything within legal means, but we're also going to protect New Yorkers.
Now that person of interest, Frank James, has residences in Philadelphia and Wisconsin. There is no doubt that authorities have already been there, and they are hot on his trail. And Maurice, his picture is now all across America. It's hard to stay on the lam when everyone can see your face.
You really get that sense that the noose is tightening tonight.
It certainly is, and the NYPD and all the authorities, the federal authorities, moving in probably very quickly tonight.
We hope. Dick, thanks so much.